good evening, fam. I am Robert Stroger, pastor of New Life Changing Christian Center. Next to me is my lovely wife, Robin.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Mhm.
Whenever you're watching this on a replay. And we also have Mr. Marcus T
Boo boo.
and our own Kathy, Sister Kathy, Elder Kathy.
Hello.
Sis, how's everybody doing this evening?
Doing wonderful.
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. We doing excellent. All right. And this is our second series.
Mhm. Second
Oh,
episode.
we calling it episode?
I'm gonna call it episode.
Okay, this is our second episode of our, what is it called, family?
What?
Real life talk.
Mhm.
Okay, Real Life Talk.
Yeah, the new chat series.
Okay, the new chat series.
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. All right. So this is our second episode, and tonight's topic is nice discussion, or what we're gonna talk about is no. No is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
Right? Is no a complete sentence? It should have been a question. But no is a complete sentence. All right, fam.
Mm-hmm.
No is a complete sentence. Also, we had our help me
Our
out,
socials up.
Mhm.
You can join us on YouTube first. We're gonna start there so we can boost our YouTube. We're at New Life Changing Christian Center Inc. Go over there, subscribe. Please, we're trying to get up. I'm gonna put us at a new number, 60. All right, we at 53.
Right, we can jump it up.
We can do this.
Yes,
we can get to
can.
60. Right, so go over there,
Right.
subscribe. Matter of fact, watch this series on YouTube.
There
Do
you
that,
go.
okay?
There you go.
You can view us on Facebook as well at New Life Changing CC, but go over to YouTube.
Right.
Go over there.
Yeah.
And if you ever need to review anything, that you can always go back on our socials and find them, and then you can go to our website at newlifechangingcc.org for all of our upcoming events, everything that we've done, any information that you need from us, so get in touch with us. Right?
Good.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's it. All right, cool. All right, let's jump into it. So, no, I'm gonna phrase it as a question. Is no a complete sentence? Is no a complete sentence? And I'm not gonna start it off. I'm gonna let family, y'all gonna start this off, and we're gonna run. Is no a complete sentence? Put a question mark on there. I'm gonna ask you guys online here, Sister Kathy. Is no a complete sentence?
No is a complete sentence. Yes, it is a
No.
definitely complete sentence.
Okay, cool.
I know it may depend on who you ask. They may not think so, but I believe that it is a complete sentence.
Okay, and that's it, and it's done, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I think it is definitely a complete sentence that I've learned. But sometimes people feel like they have to put a comma there, but you can really slam it with a period.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mr. Mark. Mr. Marcus.
I'm laughing because I like the question phrase, right? It is no complete sentence. Simply as you can say no, I can say yes, with no explanation behind it, right? It's funny because we find ourselves too often over explaining ourselves as is, why we don't want to do something. No, I don't want to go to your house. Period. That's it. Why am I explaining something to you? No. No.
No.
Right.
That's a complete sentence.
It is, and I agree 1000%. Because I was reading it and I was processing that. When we say, and it goes to yes and no, right?
Yes.
When you say yes or no, even in the scripture, and I put it up on the screen. I put it up on there in Matthew 5, I believe it's 5:37, right?
It is.
5:37. Let your no's be no, let your yes be yes, and anything if you deviate, that's is of the devil, right? when you say no or yes, you actually it's an oath.
Mm-hmm.
You have signed it, you've done, right? Because if you say yes to something, you have agreed to it.
Yes.
You can't go back on it. If somebody asks you, can you help me move this Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
You say yes, you done signed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When you go back on your word, that means you're
Mm-hmm.
right. What is it? You're lying.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You're
you
lying.
it's your oath, right?
Yep.
You sign, you went against that oath that you agreed to the other individual.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Mhm.
say no to something, and then you give explanation why you're saying no, now you're coming up with stuff and you're coming up with lies, right? You're coming up with a bunch of stuff to make the person feel good, but meanwhile, you don't feel good inside.
Correct.
You're deceiving yourself and you're doing a lot of extra
Mhm.
nonsense talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
To make the person feel good, but then you like, oh shoot, but I feel bad. And then eventually what'll happen?
You change your
You
answer.
switch that no to a yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? What Jesus said, you let
Right.
that be no and let that be it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I always wonder, why do we feel that we have to explain ourselves once we have given that answer?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Why? And I'm asking the question, you guys, why do we feel like we have to give extra to that? Because to me, when you say no, that sets the boundary, that sets it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Why do we feel
That we have to come up with an answer? Right. I just wanted to piggyback on a lot of our comments was saying yes, they feel like no is
right?
is a period. So, but to that question, I don't know. I think for me, like when I used to do it, because it's definitely in the past, it was to please people.
Mm-hmm.
It was just to please them. I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings. And you say no, and people just are so offended by no.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like, huh? Like what? Because they
Mhm.
already had their expectation that you're gonna do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Isn't that funny? They already, because for you to be in your feelings when I say no, is because you already expected me to do it. So they already was like, she gonna do this. I'm gonna give her the courtesy of asking, but she don't get to tell me no. Yeah. So I think mine was from, not wanting to hurt nobody's feelings, and then the pressure of it all.
Mm-hmm. That's good you say that, because you just said you wanted to please the other
And
person,
please people. Yep.
Yes.
but meanwhile
Tearing me up.
tearing you up inside.
That was crazy.
Right? So who was getting hurt in that? Right? So who you're lying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not lying to yourself? Right now you sit there and beat yourself up.
Yep.
Right? And that's what I'm going back to the scripture. I gotta go back to the scripture. I go back to the scripture. That's what he said is of the devil, because you're not now you playing
Mm-hmm.
all the side. You're trying to please people,
Oh my God.
but inside you really, that's not how I feel.
Nope.
Right.
That's not truly what I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but I'm gonna do it anyway
I'm gonna do it for
to make them feel
do it for
good.
this.
But
Mhm.
and then flip it like that. You're doing it grudgingly, and you're not doing it truly because you want to do it.
Yeah.
So who was that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it won't be done in its entirety or in love.
Nope.
If we say we children of God, right? It won't be done in its entirety. It's done in a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
That's not God, is it?
No.
Right? You know
I
what I'm
just got
saying?
that part.
So
Yeah.
I think that's so interesting.
Very interesting. Mm-hmm.
I think that's something. We constantly want to please other people instead of being truthful to ourselves.
That is a no. Like,
Right.
I used to be the people pleaser. That joint is horrible.
Right.
It is.
It did nothing for me but beat you down. That is horrible. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm sorry. I also think it's a behavior that we're taught, right? It's a pattern of things we do. Like we were saying, you say somebody no, they're like, why not? So it's a habit of not explaining ourselves. We've done this for so long. I know, especially on parents, they're like, no, don't ask again. But you be like, well, why can't I have it? Like you're pushing that thing that I want you to clarify this for me here. So it follows us through the journey that we go through with people as well. So that's why I think we teach ourselves subconsciously that we have to over explain sometimes, right? But then, like you're saying, if I'm making this oath here, right, it solidifies with this here. This is my block here. But again, go back to how we came up with these things here. Explain yourself, right? Or like that example, we're in school and math, right? Teacher says, show your work. My answer is right, but I got to explain myself here, right? And we see that in a lot of things we do, right?
Yes.
It equates back to that, right? If my answer is right, this is my yes, or this is my no. Why do I have to show my work now? Right now, I'm over explaining myself here for what? Like, what really is the reason for over explaining yourself other than getting out of breath, becoming long winded, like I said, getting irritated? And I learned this like a year or so ago. I was sitting with my wife one time, and she was like, "Why do you like I said? Why do you always keep explaining something to people? That's ain't you supposed to?" Then you realize that I'm stressed. I got all this gray hair now. And I'm this and the third, and it's like, hold up, nah,
Mm-mm.
because I turn around and you're not gonna do this. Half of people will do it for you, but them ones over there that keep asking questions, they want to give you tissue to wipe your butt with. Forgive the analogy, but they look at you like, nah, I ain't, but I'm giving you all of me, right? I broke my barrier by explaining myself, or even diving into, okay, I said no first time. You asked for like the second time. I'm gonna say yes this time,
Right.
right? What I really think is like it's irritating to think about it now.
Mhm,
I know
mhm.
we picked the topic, but I'm getting mad because I think about all the people I had to over explain myself to.
Right.
But 32, it's a lot that goes there, and you break it down now as you get mature into your own insight and your instincts how you do things. You're like, hold up, is my no solidified for me, or am I doing it for you,
Mm.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm at a space in this journey here, Rob. We talk about this a lot. My patience ain't it's already a little bit thin. I'm working on it, but solidifying my no came with me working with my patience. Because you can
Mm.
ask, and I'm explaining myself to you in a way that's not gonna be conducive to my faith. Some words will come out of my mouth that you ain't gonna like, and I'm not gonna take back. So just take my no and walk away. Right? It's not that hard. No.
For me, before I even came across that scripture in Matthew to really understand it, I think Marcus, you just said it. I don't know if it was something subconscious that I taught myself or something religious that I was taught, but I didn't think that you were supposed to tell people no.
Mhm.
Like, because I respected people, certain people, I'll say like my mom or elder people, you weren't supposed to tell them no. It
Mm.
was almost like you don't have your own mind, you don't have your own thoughts, right? So I didn't think that there was at that time anything wrong with it because I didn't want to be disrespectful. But like you
Mm.
said, Pastor Rob, but I knew in the inside I didn't want to do it. But I did it because I didn't want to disappoint them or upset them or disrespect them. And like I said, because they were elder or older people. So I didn't think growing up that you were supposed to tell people no. I don't have that mindset now, only because from not saying no, I have been stressed. Not now.
Mm.
I'm just saying in the past
Yes.
because I was busy just doing what they wanted me to do. But for my personal life, I can't say I was being productive. You know what I mean? I was just being busy, but I was just doing what people wanted me to do. And like Marcus said, it was like almost coming to myself, like, wait a minute, I'm grown. I can have a right to say no to you. I don't have to continue to do what you ask me or tell me to do, right? I have that right to say no to you, and no should be the answer. But like you said, Robin, I did it because I was trying to please them at the time. I didn't want to upset anybody. So I grew up not even thinking that telling people no was what we're supposed to do.
Mhm.
Does I just wanted to say to the family that's watching, like, if you guys have a, explanation for if you ever dealt with that, right? Just having a problem with saying no or explaining yourself, put it in the comments so we can hear, how you feel about it as well. Because that is a very serious situation. I mean, for years, I think I have a whole back situation because like my back is just, weird sometimes because I didn't say no.
Right.
And it stressed me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then shoot, just realizing that it's an oath, like I'm today years old. And that joint is an oath. Now, you got to deal with that. Like you sat there and made all them oaths and you ain't following through. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh.
Right.
That's so powerful. And no, and be okay with it. And then, but we can't say no, like no. And then people be in their feelings about it, but you stand on your no. But in your head, you walk away and you still going back and forth with it. Because then you might as well have went on and did it, right? You still doing the same thing, because I've done that too. I remember when I first started, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I mean it. I'm gonna just say no until I believe it. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. Like we gotta know that the no is a no and mean it and be, and feel solid in it.
Right. And you gotta be comfortable in it, right? And also your no's can't be a defiance. You know what I'm saying? Being because I don't like that person and because I don't want to do it. Just like when God asks you to do something and we say, we may not say it outwardly, but we'll say, no, I ain't doing that. That's a defiance. You know what I'm saying? You saying no to your father because you wouldn't, even though when we go as children, when we're young and adolescents, we have our parents are directors. I want to use that word. They are directors. They keep us in line, all that, and teachers. They're teachers. Now, of course, in our minds, we wanted to say no to our mothers and fathers, but we knew if we said no because we just don't feel like doing it, then we're gonna feel something after we say no, right? And so I just wanted to put that out there, not just to say no because you're being defiant or you don't want to because of an anger or you. A no means no, I'm not going to do that because I know this is not good for me. I know I'm gonna say no, I'm not gonna go there with you because I shouldn't be in that. And as a child of God, it's certain things that we can do and we can't do. You know what I mean? So in that, when we do say no, because we shouldn't say no to our father. That is, now we was worried about our parents slapping us across the floor, right? That's a whole different situation, being defiant to the Most High, right? That right. We all have said no and had dealt the consequences of it, right? Because we are defiant because we don't want to do it because I don't feel like I can do it or I just don't feel like doing it. You know what I mean? Not because, oh shoot, no, because that's taking me down the wrong path. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I don't agree with that, and I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna mess me up. We say no to God because we just don't want to do it. And that's a bad thing. Yeah. So we're not saying no as being defiant and being hard-headed and being stubborn and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? As a juvenile, as a young, silly child, just being angry and all that type of stuff. We're not speaking of that.
No.
Because you do not want to say no in no circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Not to the father.
No. And especially as how I want to say it. Because when God directs you, right? Because we all here are believers. When God directs you and tell you, because he'll tell you, don't do that. And you say, nope, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever on the phone, nah, I'm not. I don't think I'm not gonna do that. No,
Yep.
I can't go down there with you with that. I can't go down that road with you. Do you agree with me? No,
All right.
I sure don't. Do how do you think that's good for me? No.
Mm-mm.
Well, why you don't think? No,
Mhm.
I'm not agreeing. We're not going to tie your oath. We're not going to tie a bond to that. No,
Mm-hmm.
your stuff is your stuff, and that's your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I done told you how to get up out of it. I can help, but I gave you some encouragement for you to get out of it. But you don't want to come down here with me? No.
Mm-mm.
No. Well, why? No.
Mm-mm.
I don't have to explain that.
Mm-mm.
I'm
'Cause I'm
done.
not.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a bond to that mess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Well, don't you want to come over here with me into the sadness and depression and and anxiety and the fear? No.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do now is, because you're not respecting, and you're not respecting who I am,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna disconnect this conversation.
That's all.
May it be face to face, because you can disconnect the face to face conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? We feel we got to
Right.
keep standing there. No, I can disconnect this conversation like we never even talked,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not agreeing with that, and we're not coming into a bond with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think it's all right if I cheat on my husband or wife?
Mm.
That's good. No.
Mm.
No. You think I should steal or do this?
To get this or something. Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
You think I should lie on this application to get? No.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna because now I didn't sever it. I'm not coming into a bond with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what we're talking about
Mhm.
as well, because people do a lot of that. To agree with your friend.
Yep.
Yes.
If
Yes.
your girlfriend or whatever having an issue, and he or she, I mean, you know,
Mhm.
she, I go to I'm not talking about females, right? I'm not, but you know how that conversation goes, right? And they're having a problem, you know, it's like y'all talk it out all the way,
Right.
keep and continuously talking,
Mhm.
and then you saying, yeah, girl,
I was just getting ready to. Yep.
and you agree with
You
it.
in
You're
agreement
not,
with
you
it.
come in agreement with that, but you know it's not right.
Yep.
But you're just saying that because they're going through something at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit there and created that link and that connection with that nonsense
Mm-hmm.
that you know is not right.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of telling them, no, I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna go. No,
Mm-hmm.
well, don't you want to come over here with me to, go through my sobs?
Yeah,
Right,
girl,
right.
come here and drink with me.
No, to
Mm-mm.
go through my pity party.
Because that's
No,
solidifying.
man, don't you want to come out with me? I'm having a hard time with this. Well, we can discuss and talk. We can converse about it, right? Don't you agree with me? No, I don't.
That's funny.
That's so
Because
funny.
I look at it as a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
A friend,
Mm-hmm.
you should want the same for them as yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want truth and honesty. We want to
Yeah.
we live in truth and honesty.
Yes.
So how come we don't get that to our,
Mm.
you know what I mean? It should be respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not right what you're doing. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou and I'm living on no pedestal. No. I've been down that road, and that's why I know, no, I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you say, no, I disagree with it. No, I'm not agreeing with you. No, I'm not going there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then that person on the other side should respect that and understand, okay, that's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me line myself up.
Mm-hmm.
But a person gets mad with you, when they get mad with you because you don't agree or you say a no to them, then is that your true friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Or is that someone there to set you up to pull you in
Mm-hmm.
to their stuff on a regular basis?
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a lot of people like that too. It's a
Mhm.
lot of people like that. I just witnessed one of them the other day like that, and it wouldn't even about me. I was overhearing somebody's conversation out, And I was like, you going down a rabbit hole. Explain yourself to the person there. Like it. You know how you try to be nosy, but don't be nosy at the same time. But I was engaged at that point. I was like, I want this one to turn out. And they went the whole. I'm like, y'all still talking, and the person already told you no, but you still begging, borrowing, and pleading, right? And it's funny because one of the comments said, folks expect you to provide policy and written regulations for your no, right?
Right.
That's work in your family everywhere. You
Right.
want a thesis statement, right? Yeah, right there. You want a thesis statement? Well, I'm telling you no, no. I'm not about to encourage you to steal, lie. I mean, we may have all been on the road. We may have told a lot of applications every now and again, right? We being truthful, right? We listen, we don't
Mhm.
judge, right? But I'm not going to walk with you down this whole thing here because that one lie compounds the second lie, right? Like now we ruled it now. We too deep now. We got to keep going. That's too much work. It's stressful, right? Now I done built this bridge with you that's going to crumble because we lying. I'm covering your mess. Like Robin said, now I got this weight on my back. I'm carrying around. I ain't put
Right.
it so big myself as it is. I can't carry your weight in mine.
Mm.
First of all, I almost cussed. That stuff is messy, right? Just take my no and walk away. Go find somebody else to do that over there because
Hmm.
I like my smile. It's
Mhm.
authentic now. It took me a
Right.
while to get here, right?
Yes.
It took a while
Yes.
to get that smile because I'm solidifying am I knows it in my yeses because I'm content here. I'm happy. So no, I can't go to that party. I don't even like them people there, right?
Mhm.
I'm not even asking them who I'm gonna be there. No, I'm not going. It's that simple. Family for no. Have fun. Be safe. Oh, it's only just be safe. But don't look for me there. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
take me out of group chat.
Right.
I'm not
Don't ask me
responding.
ever again. Don't even
Right?
ask. Right.
No, I can't drop you off. No, I'm sorry. You got car.
Right.
I have a vehicle. Yes, I take gas in my vehicle, but no, I can't take you. I get
Mhm.
gas money. No, and I'm leaving it there now because it's like you said. I went through my journey of telling God no. Right? I've seen that firsthand. That was not fun at all. Okay,
Right.
that was not fun at all. Like, and I'm 32. I'm just now telling my mama no. Right? But the no solidified. I didn't know because I don't want to do it, but I'm not being vengeful or because I mean I
Mhm.
like you in this moment here, mom. But I'm not gonna say because I don't like. I'm saying no because it's not conducive to me right now, right? And you have to accept it, even as my mama. You have to accept it,
Right.
right? Go one better, even as my wife. You have to accept it now because I'm not in there right now. So no, right? I can't go here with you because no, right? If especially not conducive to us as a whole, right? We make it talk about it as that unit there, right? But no, I'm not gonna go to this person's house. No, I'm not feeding this person because they ain't got something. No, they can't use me. No, they can't use me as a reference. I don't even know these people.
Right.
No,
That's a good one. Hmm.
right? I know how you got fired from your last job. No, I wasn't your supervisor, right? No, I
That's
can't. I'm not a
good.
character witness. No,
No.
no. I know you, so definitely no. But it's just crazy because like you said, I'm still stuck on this covenant piece here. I'm learning as we go. I'm still young. I'm a baby in this here. So and as much as I read my Bible, some stuff it gets we read past a lot of stuff. So we put it
Mm.
in perspective. So we start applying to our day to day. Now I got to be conscious now that my no is that thing that solidifies this covenant here, right? Because I'm saying no. 'Cause me and God, look, God, I can't do that. No,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? No, I'm not going to rob this bank. That's stupid. We're not about to set it off. That's just
Mhm.
weird. No,
Mhm.
Right.
no, I wouldn't do good in the penitentiary. I couldn't do it because
Right.
I'm snitching on everybody. Pookie them did it over there,
Singing like a
right? So
bird.
Right.
Right.
it's best if you I'm not. No, it's best for me to be no.
Mhm.
But it's funny because I did a video on this here. I know Robbie said you've seen it on TikTok, and the older lady duetted the video on her own page. I love because before TikTok got banned and it came back for the 30 minutes.
Mhm.
She duetted, and I saw the video, and she explained that, and even in her older years, she's learning that her no is powerful. So she did a story time about it, which was really weird because my video was only 30 seconds. She went in that
Mhm.
whole 10-minute video about how she went through stuff in relationships with her children, and I was like, it Jesus, when you put in perspective how many of us go through this journey of learning that we can say no,
Mhm.
and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
It's not that I don't love you.
Mm-mm.
It's
definitely.
just no.
Mhm.
Like we were saying, we don't want to defy our parents. We don't be defiant, and I still do that. I'm not gonna lie, I still do it sometimes. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say no. Sometimes it's just like that. I'm young still, all right. I'm learning, but I know it's not an excuse. Please don't get me caught. It's not an excuse, but we still have that mentality sometimes too that um, I don't like you, so it's a no, or it's a no because it's just that I'm just lazy or don't want to do it type of thing. But for me, I'm learning that my no is more powerful than the most of the words that I have in my arsenal. Right, as right, I know a lot of words, right, but that no stands alone in so many things, and it's
That's
so
so
powerful
good.
because
That's so
it
good.
protects me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right
Right.
now, I'm gonna protect you because I'm telling you no. Because I go along, oh, I'm bringing Jesus with me, so we're gonna tear someplace down, right? But that no, when it stands in that foundational thing, I've built so much stuff on this no these past couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
because I've said no to a lot of situations to clients, that weren't conducive to me. No, no, no. To that right one came along, right? Then it made better sense then because I knew that my no was grounded. That makes sense. I feel like I'm going off in a circle here, but it's
Mm-mm.
it's it's so grand for me, and people, my peers are learning this as well. It's good when a young person can understand, have power in their answers and responses.
Mhm.
It ain't always about let's fight about it. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna walk
Right.
away.
Mhm.
Because if I say yes to something like you said, I'm gonna be over there.
Mhm.
I'm trying not to say bad words here. It's some foolishness. It's some
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
buffoonery,
Yes.
right? Because you're gonna end up there because you were
Mm-hmm.
too
Mhm.
shy or timid or, forgive for lack of better word, stupid enough to
Mhm.
fall into this honeypot trap. Because somebody didn't beg, borrowed, or pleaded with you here because they're your family,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Or because you owe them,
Mm.
right? And
They feel it.
my friend group, we have this thing we do. We look out for each other as brothers, right? We have that bond like that. We hold each other accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So if we see this is happening here, we'll check each other and say, nah, we're not gonna do that. And we'll
Yeah.
and we want to respond back to the message after that. Nah. NAH, nah, period. That's it.
Mhm.
We can go still for like 10 days. You
Mhm.
good? All right. Now you see why I stopped it, right? It's just so much. I just want to tell somebody no right now just because.
That's so good because the no, uh, I'm looking at Toddy Carmichael's message. I've gotten so good at my no that even these policies and regulations that are flipped, at your job to work for whoever, because they have these policies and regulations, but it only pertained to this, but over here, not this. No, no, no. That policy doesn't pertain to that. But that's not what their policies say this, that
Right.
you cannot do this. But they're like, no, but I need you to do this. I'll authorize it. It's okay. If anything happens, tell them to come see me. Oh, I've gotten so good at my no. I told my CIO, I'm not doing that. No, ma'am. And she was like, no, no, no. No, listen. If anything comes down, you send them to me. No, ma'am. Not doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's,
put a little nasty taste in her mouth, but she was okay. And guess what? I was too, because if you're gonna fire me for saying no to breaking a policy or write me up for saying a policy, yeah, write me up because you're gonna get written up too. You know what I mean? Like I'm so good at it now. And I can remember when I would be scared to death, like Kathy, to say no to my mom, no to my grandmother. And I definitely wasn't going to say no craziness like that to, a person that I worked for, or I felt like had some type of control, can, hurt me in some kind of way. Like, oh my goodness, they take my money. Lord have mercy. Oh, I get written up and I'm not going to do, you know what I mean? Like, but today, I don't care. I don't yeah, nah. I don't do that. As somebody else. So good. So I'm telling you, that's really good. Even, what you were saying, like, nah. And I'm not saying another word about it. And my face was like, don't ask me that again.
Marcus said that his no is solidified, right? So I had to grow to it being solidified. It wasn't always solidified.
Mhm.
And I can say that today I'm sure I lost family and friends. When I say lost them, as in either we're no longer friends or I disassociated myself with family members because I said the word no, right? They were so used to or accustomed to me saying yes that my no almost like shocked them. Like, what? Like, I can't believe you said no. Like, how dare you? Like, I had to sin by saying no to them. And when I had to take a moment to look at it, it was almost like control to me. As long as I was saying to them yes and doing what they wanted me to do when they wanted me to do it, we didn't have any problems. But the moment I said no, I can't do it, or no, I'm not available, or no, I'm not coming, then all of a sudden I don't belong to God. I'm not saved. You in sin. I'm going to hell because I said no. And I was like, oh my God, it makes you do all of that because you said no.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. So it's time for me to change up this thing now because no, I'm not doing it. And like Pastor Rob said, it's not being defiant. Like for me, I'm going to use the person that's my biological parent. She has this thing that when I come to visit her, that I need to check on everybody that's in the neighborhood that I used to live in. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
No.
And she was like, what do you mean you're not doing it? I'm not doing that. I'm like, that's something that I did at that time. That's not what I have to do now, right? And so I don't want to make it seem like I'm being, disrespectful to you. But I said, don't ask me again. Because I'm not doing it. Like, you want me to literally run around to everybody? Like, they have their own families. They got children. You know what I mean? They got grandchildren. But you want me to do it as if I don't do it. I think it's because, again, that's what she was used to me doing. So the expectation was, okay, well, now you're here, that you can still do it. No, ma'am. Not doing it. So yes, my no now is definitely solidified. I don't feel bad about saying no. I don't feel guilty about saying no. There's nothing hanging over my head when I tell you no. I am what the scripture says. My yes is going to be yes, and my no is going to be no.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. I agree with that 1,000%.
1,000.
I also agree because and we're gonna end it here. It was an awesome question. I agree. Even Marcus mentioned a saying, "Give somebody a ride," right somewhere. And I heard someone say, like, if you give somebody a ride, right? They have to be there at a certain time. You say you was going to be there. Say you have your car, you have a flat tire. You have made the person late. Now, by them being late, now they mad at you. Now their issue is your problem.
Yes,
so when we do agree with things and we do say yes to things, we got to understand whatever happens in that situation for that person, you have brought it on yourself. Now you have that issue and you guys have that bond with that issue.
Right.
And if you had said no, then that would have been their situation. You understand? And not your situation. We do a lot of that when we come in agreement with someone with the yes. We bring, when you say yes, whatever is going on with that person, you have inserted yourself into that situation. You know what I mean? We don't pay attention to that, and we don't pay attention to our words, what we say, because some of us automatically, I do it, like you said, to make somebody feel good, like I said, and been because of the conditioning that we had when growing up, and that's what you're supposed to use. Yes, don't disagree with them. Yes, just say yes. But then the problem and the issue, because if you notice, it's always an issue.
Right.
It's always a problem. When you agree to something and you know you don't want to, and once you go in there and do it, Don't it normally? And I'm not saying you're not doing this under God. You just doing it because
You don't want to hurt somebody's
Sherry, Mike, or Tom asked you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? This ain't something God told you to do.
Mm-mm.
Somebody just called you about the blue and say, "Hey," and you have sleep. Can you do? Yeah, I do that in the morning. Put the phone down. And now you just said and agreed to something. Now you
Lord
got to
have
get
mercy.
up earlier than what you expected.
Mhm.
You're tired. You didn't have gas in the car. Now you gotta go get gas because you forgot you
That's
was gonna
so
get gas.
funny.
But you already had your day set that I'm gonna get up at 9 and then I'm gonna go do what I do to
Mhm.
get gas. Now I'm waking up at 7 or 6. Now I
Lord
gotta
have
get
mercy.
gas.
Mhm.
It's 9 degrees outside. I got to do all this, and now their issue has become
Your issue.
your issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have to be slow to speak and quick to listen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Calm
Absolutely.
ourselves down and listen to what's going on the other end of that phone,
Mhm.
or listen to the person that's standing in front of you
Yeah.
before you jump to your emotions and
Yes.
run to do something. And as soon as they talk, and what I've learned too, when someone talks, nobody said there's a certain time I got to respond.
Yes.
Quick 30 seconds and look at them.
Right.
Because I have to
He's so
process.
good at that.
I have to process what you said,
Yes.
and I have to understand what you said. I'm not
good.
that quick.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I got to slowly listen
Mm.
and look at you and see. No, that's not going to happen. Because I got to process
That's
the
so
whole picture.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
People may say that's bad or wrong.
Mm-mm.
I don't care. There's never show me a book of laws for life that says when a person asks you a question, you have to answer it in
Or
a
you have a certain amount of
time.
minutes. Right.
It's
right.
no, it's not written down nowhere.
Oh
Right.
man, that's so good.
So I sit there and listen. I had to learn this, right? Learn this because I got to process. Because first of all, I'm trying to figure out if a certain question. Why in the world did you come to me asking me that? I'm trying to figure out the audacity that you didn't ask me that silly question, and I'm trying to figure out.
Oh my
So
God.
you expect me to give you a yes or no answer?
Mhm.
Because I'm getting ready now. The conversation getting ready to do a disconnect. Remember the phone? I'm about to give you the regular phone, the house phone.
Oh, God.
And that's gonna hang up. You're like, oh shoot, what they?
What happened? Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Because I'm getting ready to disconnect this. What we're
Right.
having right now is getting ready to be separate.
Right.
So, and I want to do it in a polite way. I don't
that's
want to do it in a
funny.
hurtful manner, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Very
But
good.
but I think we jumped too fast into what you say earlier, appeasing and trying to please people. Your protection is right here. You got to protect this,
Yes.
right? That's not being selfish. I can
Mhm.
protect my peace. I got to
Mhm.
protect this,
Yes.
which God
Yes.
has given me.
Yes.
I got to protect this.
Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. Yes.
So I don't care who's speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I got to stop and pause
Mm-hmm.
and listen
Mm-hmm.
and hear it. And may ask me, can you repeat that? Because I can't believe they just asked me that. Right? Do I look like I'm going to do that? Do I seem like I'm in that position to do that? Like, why would you even do that? You know, daggone well, that's not going to happen. If you do know, because apparently you're not paying attention. What you want to do is, like I said earlier, you just want to pull me in to your madness.
Lord have mercy.
So we got to slow down so we can make sure we're not signing them oaths. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And in that bond where we ain't supposed to be signing to, right? Or making a connection, because that conversation is severed. Right? The cord should be severed. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Sever that conversation immediately when it's not right, and God will show you. That's why I said, be quick to listen and slow. There's no time limit on a response.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes.
Listen, God will show you, right?
Oh my goodness.
He will reveal it to you, right? And you'll
Yes.
see it.
Yep.
And you're like, no. Because like I said, I'm not a quick person. I'm kind of slow. I might get it tomorrow. Like as a comedian said, you hear the joke on your way home, you'll get it, right?
Mhm.
So I may get that later.
Right.
I got to ponder on that for a minute.
Mhm.
So I may not respond back. because it sounds foolish. But you know when stuff is right and you know God is in it, and you say yes.
Mhm.
And you confident in your yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do. I come in agreement with you. Let's make this move because it's in my spirit. It's set, is already downloaded in me. And what you just said just sparked it,
Yeah.
and it lit. You know what I'm saying? It's already there. But
Yes.
your words, what you just said, lit it. Let's move on
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's make this happen because it's already
Yes.
God has placed it on me.
Yeah.
He placed it on you. He placed you to come in front of me.
Yeah,
in a, you know what I'm saying? And now we come agreement. Now we're gonna go do this work. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes.
Or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But when I got to stop and listen and pause, it's like, no, I don't think that's it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no right there.
Exactly. We got to
Right.
calm ourselves down, calm our
That's so
emotions
good.
down,
Mhm.
and listen to what you're saying. Then you won't sign those oaths
Mm.
that then messed you up
Oh,
and that
have
you didn't went
mercy.
down a road with, that you didn't did something you know
Lord have mercy.
you did not want to do. Now you sign with it. Now you in agreement, and whatever transpires out that situation is on you.
Mhm.
You have taken it on as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's of the
Mhm.
enemy, right? And
Mhm.
they-
Yes. Yes.
and that person is there for that confusion.
Mhm.
We all on this line and everybody's listening have had someone in their life, maybe even having them now, that always calls or even talks and asks you the dumbest stuff or asks you to do something you know you do not want to do, but you, because of who the person is, it is hard for you to say no.
Mm. Come on.
And they there
Lord
to
have
disturb
mercy.
your peace. And every time you do something with them, it's very uncomfortable. But you do it because you so-called like the person. It's a family member. I can't disappoint them.
Oh my goodness.
I will.
You preaching, sir.
I can't lie. But you are lying to them.
You are lying.
And I can't say no to them
Mm.
because then they're going to throw a guilt trip on me,
Mhm.
make me feel bad, and start talking about the past or something that they did for me that
Mm.
I owe them. You owe no man nothing.
Mm.
You understand?
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
But that's it. Just it is, and so that person is there for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You got to sever them ties and them oaths that we keep lining up with, and then being mad. Then what happens later is you call somebody else and talk about that person because they made you went over there with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what? Don't gossip about them. You agreed to go over there with them.
Good.
So why are you talking about them?
I used to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord
Why are you
have
talking
mercy.
about them now? But you agreed to go over there with that mess. You know what such and such doing over there.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, and they've been doing it. Nobody told you to carry your behind over there in it, right? You know what I'm saying? You walked your little happy Popeyes over there, and now you in the midst of the crazy. Now you got to call somebody to talk about it, and now you gossiping. Now what are you doing? Who runs gossips?
Oh, that's
Who's
a
the
mess.
orchestrator of mess and confusion?
Right.
Now you're all the way in it.
Oh, have mercy.
And the enemy sitting back laughing because he ain't even do nothing. You just fell right into that pot.
Insert here.
They baited you right in, and you went all the way into it. Now you angry. Now the other person is hearing the gossip. Now the other person is angry at that person because you called that one about that one. Now you just stirred up a whole bunch of anger and confusion.
That person in it.
Now, so that chaos that you shouldn't have went into, pull that up and pull that whole mess. Now you got somebody else entwined into it. Now that person is going to grab a phone and talk to somebody else and be angry. Then it's get back to that person that you were angry about. Now, Kathy is talking about, I'm not saying you do that, Kathy. I'm just saying, yes, looking at your face. Now, Kathy is talking about that person, and it's a whole circle of anger and nonsense. Who was in it? Who orchestrated that?
Yes.
You fell right into the trap. You see how this?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Just for this 30 seconds, if we stop and slow ourselves down, we could kill and decease all that nonsense that we, because it's like a chain reaction, right?
Yes.
It's something because we easily to pick up the phone and talk negative.
Mhm.
Oh, that's quick. You love to talk about somebody. TV, we talk about program. You know, I can't stand such and such on TV. You know, you ain't got nothing to do with that. They on TV.
Mhm.
That's TV. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
All right.
Hit the off button, and then that goes away.
Right.
You severed that connection, right? It's real
Oh,
easy once you
man,
look
that's
at it
good.
and you see it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
real good, but it's easy to do.
Mhm.
You know. But I hope we're gonna end it. I don't want to jam or ramble on too much. We thank y'all for joining.
Mhm.
Yes.
That was good.
I think
Yeah.
it's so
Awesome
That's-
conversation. Yes. Awesome.
it's real talk, and it's stuff that you deal with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's life. That's everything you deal with. And we're gonna go down a list.
Mhm.
We got a whole bunch of topics we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And please join in. And some things we may carry over to the following week.
Mhm.
We see how these things go. We try not to be on here long. We was on 51 minutes. We went a little over tonight.
But it's good. It's so easy when you got
Yeah.
people, really conversing. with.
Right. We try to do 45 minutes, right?
I know. It's
Yes.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. But we thank you, family, for joining.
Yes.
Love you so much. It is
Yes.
awesome. Thank you, Miss Kathy, my
Thank you,
sister,
thank
my
you.
brother Marcus.
Yes.
Awesome conversation.
Rob. Yes.
Yes.
All right, fam.
All right.
Until we see y'all next week.
Next week we'll be back with episode 3.
Right.
I don't know. You never know.
Right. Right.
It's out there on the table.
Right.
If y'all got some stuff for us, let us know.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys. We love you.